core point that I always wish men understood about feminism is that they can't even afford to live without it. Most men cannot afford a single income household. A single income household is what anti-feminism is. Feminism fought for the rights of women to work equally to men. I think men are sold this idea of like angry, unhappy feminists, but it's like the reverse is so much worse because it's angry, unhappy you. It's really hard and really stressful to be the sole earner in a household. If you lose your job, your entire family's screwed. No food.
These days, feminism has made it seem like families can't win no matter what. If a woman isn't happy, somehow it's always the man's fault. Whether he's the only one working, they split things equally, or she earns more, it doesn't matter. The blame still lands on him, all because of the twisted logic pushed by modern feminist ideas.
And this isn't me advocating for 50-50 on dates, but it's me saying that if you're going to be in a long-term relationship with a man, realistically, you're probably going to end up paying for some things eventually. That's how the economy is currently structured. There's no escaping it. A very, very minute, like 1 in 100 men, can afford to fund your entire lifestyle forever. And chances are that lifestyle won't even be great. It won't be Pilates and matcha and like taking your kids to daycare and then doing whatever the fuck you want for the rest of the day. It'll actually probably be you doing all of the labor, and then you get a nice little sweet treat every once in a while when your family vacation happens.
Some of these women live in their own world. They honestly believe life should be one long vacation, filled with Pilates, shopping, and letting someone else raise their kids. They are not really fighting for equality. What they actually want is to get paid for doing nothing and avoid every bit of real responsibility.
It is a Saturday night, and I just had a monumental crash out via email to my therapist. I feel tormented by the desire for intimacy and connection with men and the extreme fear of being traumatized by them again and again and again.
It's crazy how some women have completely twisted the word traumatized. Now, they use it every time a guy so much as hurts their feelings. And it happens a lot, mostly because they keep chasing the same kind of toxic men over and over again, then act surprised when it all goes wrong.
And I don't know how to live with both. I don't know how to find the gray area. I wish more men understood how absolutely exhausting it is wanting to be open to connection with them and at the same time scared for your literal life.
There's really nothing left to figure out. It's already too late for her. Even if she met a guy who was patient and understanding about her trust issues, she'd still find a reason to push him away. No matter how much he tries, nothing will ever be enough, because she's not willing to fix the problems within herself.
And I'm not over-exaggerating, because even if the present circumstance you're in with a man is not life-threatening, it can feel like it. And
She's clearly overreacting. If she were truly that traumatized, to the point where just seeing a man made her feel unsafe, she wouldn't still be out there craving male attention. She wouldn't talk about it so casually either. If it were real, it would be way too painful and triggering for her to even bring up.
I've been in therapy for so long, you guys. And I honestly just wish that I could snap my fingers and rid myself of the desire to be intimate with men. It is very hard to be someone who's not necessarily monogamous or looking for that, and also date men.
Therapy only works when someone is actually ready to face their problems and put in the effort to change. But let's be honest, a lot of women don't really want to do that. So, for most of them, therapy just ends up being a waste of time and money.
I was just thinking about my love life, and I realized that a man has never told me they loved me. Ever. Any guy I've ever dated, they never told me they loved me. And it makes me kind of sad when I think about it, because I thought by now I would be married. Like, I thought by this age I would be married, maybe have a baby, and a man hasn't even told me they loved me. Like, I haven't even been told I love you.
If this woman really wanted genuine love, she could have had it. But instead, she kept running after the so-called Chads. And let's be real, the chances of a guy like that truly loving her are almost zero. That's her choice, and now she's paying the price for chasing a fantasy instead of something real.
And in fairness, I've never said it either. And I guess it's because I'm kind of traditional, so I was always waiting for them to say it, and then if I did love them, I would say it back, but they just never said it. And I even remember my very first boyfriend I ever had, I mentioned it to him after we had been dating for quite a while, and I just thought maybe he forgot, or, you know.
How does a man just forget to tell a woman he loves her? That doesn't even make sense. Guys don't accidentally skip over something like that. If it's not saying it, there's a reason, and forgetting isn't one of them. The level of delusion here is honestly off the charts.
But no, he very clearly told me, like, no, I just don't want to say it. I just don't feel that way. I'm like, oh, okay. And I still stayed with him for like months after that, you know? I've just been thinking, like, I've really, like, never had good experiences with relationships, maybe one.
That actually explains a lot. Her first real experience with a guy wasn't even a relationship. It was just a situationship. She stayed with him way too long, hoping he'd suddenly change and fall in love with her. Deep down, she knows the truth, but she just can't bring herself to admit it because it's too embarrassing to face.
And other than that, they've all just been bad. Like, I've never been treated well, and when I see these girls that their boyfriends just do, or their husbands, fiancés, whatever, they do like the sweetest things for them, and they're just so in love, and I'm just like, I've never had that before, and I've always wanted it. I've always wanted it, and I've always tried to have it, but I've just never had it. And I think a lot of people don't talk about how hard it is to be in your late 20s and you're still just single.
One thing you'll hear from almost every woman in her late 20s is the same complaint. She doesn't have a boyfriend. She's not in love, and she's missing those picture-perfect Instagram moments where a guy spoils his girl with gifts and affection. It's the same story we hear over and over again.
And not even close to being with your person or getting married or anything like that. And while everyone else is engaged or married, and you know the feeling, I think the best feeling I can compare it to is when a group of people are walking on a sidewalk, like you're with a friend group, and you're the one person that doesn't fit across the sidewalk, so you walk in the back, and everybody else is just like a few steps ahead of you, laughing and having fun, and then you're just behind them, watching them have fun, but you're alone. That's how it feels.
Women like her love to say that everyone else just got lucky in life. But that's not true. Those people simply made better choices when it came to who they dated or married. If she's the only one left behind in her friend group, it's not bad luck. It's because she chose to stay stuck where she is.
So, real talk. I saw someone post about this the other day, and it's really been making me think. And I don't mind being single. I have friends and family and my daughter and my dog and work and things to keep me busy. I think the biggest thing is that I am not anybody's priority. Like, nobody, and that, like, when this woman said that on TikTok, I was like, wow.
Comments like that really show how self-centered some of these women are. She doesn't want a man for real connection or companionship. What she wants is someone who will drop everything that matters to him just to focus on her. It's all about attention, not love.
Like, nobody considers me or their priority. My priority is obviously my daughter. But being single, when you're single, there isn't anybody, considering you their priority. And that's a hard pill to swallow. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, and I've been thinking about it a lot. It's kind of sad, actually.
There are plenty of men out there who would put her first no matter what. We call them simps. She could easily find one if she wanted to, but she never will. Because deep down, those are the kind of men she just can't respect.
Okay, let's talk about dating in our 40s, 50s, and who should be paying for dates. What do you guys think I'm going to say? Men. Men should be paying for dates. I always let men pay for dates, at least 1 through 3. After date 3, I'll usually offer to pay for something. Like if we go bowling and dinner, I'll say, I'll pick up bowling or I'll pick up dinner. Or sometimes, like the last person I went out with, seriously, I was like, we made a bet about bowling, and whoever won bowling wouldn't have to pay for dinner.
Women weren't meant to still be out here dating in their 40s and 50s, yet some of them act like they're in a position to set all the rules. And when they frame a man offering to pay as something condescending, it just shows how entitled they become with age. It's less about respect and more about control at that point.
So I paid for bowling, and then I ended up paying for dinner because I lost. So yes, but men should be paying for dates. I don't even offer date 1 through 3. And I've never had a man ask me to pay. I've never had a man not want to pay. It's just the right thing to do, men. And if you're not dating classy women, this is why. And if you're only having one date, this is why. You need to be paying for dates. Men need to be paying for dates. And you can give me your opinion and say that women are there for free meals. I've never gone out with someone for a free meal, ever, ever. If you think that, don't go out with them again. But pay. Offer to pay and pay. It's the right thing to do.
This woman is middle-aged, still single, and somehow thinks her failed dating life makes her an expert on relationships. But all she ever talks about is how broke she is. That's not anyone else's fault. That's just poor life choices. Anyway, guys, that's where we'll wrap up today's episode. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. This is Ace, signing off.